你直播什么话题啊？
面具柜。Hello, this is welcome to Ivan channel, and this is Dania live show here. Today I would like to introduce you about our sterilizer, and I promise you will get something useful for you, because I will introduce you from the conception of sterilization to sterilizer. Okay, let's start. Firstly, let's know about the conception of sterilization. Sterilization refers to the use of strong physical and chemical factors to make all microorganisms inside and outside any object lose their growth and reproduction ability forever. Okay, you may ask, what kind of things, what kind of media's product, what will be killed during this procedure? Let's have a look. Oh, sorry, I've got one point. Just now, I would like to pay your attention to two words. First is disinfection, second is sterilization, and even because in Chinese, the meaning of these two words are very similar, so I would like to pay your attention. In disinfection refers to the use of physical or chemical methods to eliminate harmful microorganisms with a certain rate. And sterilization also use the same methods, but it is to kill completely all microorganisms inside and outside all culture media or utils. And this will be, the result will be the protein on the sterilization object is completely denatured. So the most important difference here we can get is sterilization can kill both microorganisms and spores. Disinfection only kills microorganisms. Now it's the turn to know what will be killed in the procedure. So what will be killed? All microorganisms, including pathogenic and non-pathogenic microorganisms, as well as bacterial spores and fungal spores. After knowing the conception of sterilization and what will be killed in the procedure, you may ask, why? Why do we need sterilization? Let's have a look. In the medical industry, the purpose is prevention and control of infections in hospitals to ensure the quality of medical treatment. And in pharmaceutical industry, there are two purposes. The first is to improve the safety of pharmaceutical preparations. Second is to protect the stability of the formulation. And the final one is to ensure the clinical efficacy of the preparation. Okay, now we are clear about all the conceptions and the reasons. So I will introduce you which kind of methods we could use for sterilization and how to choose the machine, the equipment for them. We have three methods here. First is steam sterilization, and this method refers to the method of denaturing the protein and the nucleic acid in the microbial cells by means of high pressure saturated steam or superheated water, or spraying to kill the microorganisms by placing items in a sterilization cabinet. And the circulating steam cannot completely kill bacterial spores and can generally be used as an auxiliary sterilization method for heat-level sterile products. In high pressure steam sterilization, this method has strong sterilization ability. So this one is more useful and more effective and widely used in our pharmaceutical industry. Which kind of products we will use this method to do the sterilization? For example, medicines, containers, cultural media, sterile clothes, rubbers, and other items that will not change or damage when exposed to high temperature. And these kind of things can be sterilized by this method. So here we have several types of sterilizers from our company for you. First one is water-based sterilization cabinet. Here I will introduce you about our sterilizers like this. First introduce you the principle, then the product which can be used in the sterilizer. For this type, the principle. Overheated circulating water is used as a sterilization heating carrier to perform water trenching sterilization operations or items. And in the whole working process, the superheated water runs in a relatively closed circulation system. And applicable products for this sterilizer is high temperature sterilization operations for the liquids in glass bottles, ampoules, plastic bottles, and plastic soft bags. It is also suitable for high temperature sterilization operations for virus-sealed packaging, drinking liquids, and canned things in food industry. Second type of cabinet I would like to introduce you is pulsating vacuum sterilization cabinet. Principle of this product is using saturated steam as a sterilized medium and taking advantage of its physical characteristics of releasing a large amount of latent heat and humidity when condensing. In a certain constant temperature time, the main component of the bacteria hydrated and solidified to be killed. The equipment adopts a horizontal rectangular inner and outer double layer structure. The inner layer uses pure steam as a sterilization medium, and the jacket layer uses wider steam to achieve the purpose of preheating and drying. Applicable products for this sterilizer is sterilizer and dry clothes, dressing, metal instruments, culture media, and glassware, and so on. Third type from our company is the ampoule leak detection sterilizer. Principle of this equipment is use high temperature deionized water as a sterilizing medium. The high temperature deionized water is internally circulated and sprayed on the sterilized items for a period of time to achieve the purpose of sterilization. At the same time, it is combined with a vacuum and color water for leak detection. Ensure that the detection rate of waste port is 100%. Finally, clean water is also used for cleaning to ensure the outer wall of the bottle is clean and pollution-free. Applicable products for this sterilizer is sterilization and leak detection treatment of pharmaceutical preparations such as ampoules, oral liquids, small infusion bottles, and so on. The last type I would like to introduce you is air-steam mixed sterilizing cabinet. This sterilizer will be used for a pre-filled syringe. Okay, we have finished about the first method of sterilization and the introduction of the related equipment. And now we will start with the second method and the equipments. It's called dry heat sterilization. This method refers to a method that uses dry, hot air to kill microorganisms or eliminate pyrogenic substances in dry heat sterilizers, thermal sterilizers, and other equipment. In dry heat sterilizers, continuous dry heat sterilization systems or sterilization in oils or in other equipment suitable for high temperature resistant but not suitable for sterilization by steam moist heat sterilization method is also one of the most effective depyrogenation methods. And sterilization optics which suitable for this method is glassware, metal containers, fiber products, solid reagents, and so on. Here, let me introduce you about our sterilizers, the thermal sterilizer. Principle is like this. Laminal flow sterilization tunnel used for washed wells or ampoules dry sterilization and the pyrogenation, it can reach the highest temperature 340 degrees. It can adjust the motor speed to change the output by rotation speed of the conveyor belt. Pass-through design to separate different clean class area. The connections is by flange and it has 3 working chamber: preheat chamber, heating chamber, cooling chamber, and the 3 working chamber installed on the steel base plate. The surface treated with chrome, and the steel 304 is used for the surface plate. And the products which could be adapted with this method is washed empty wells or ampoules. And the third method is gas sterilization method. So we can get the meaning of this method because it's named gas. So the media is gas. This method refers to the method of killing the microorganisms with gas. It is carried in a high pressure chamber filled with gas. And commonly used chemical disinfectants including ethylene, oxide, and other gases. And which kind of product will be suitable for this method? It will be some medical equipment, some medical disposables, and plastic products. And please pay attention that items containing coralline and the items that can absorb ethylene oxide are not suitable for this method. Here we have 2 sterilizers to introduce you. First is ethylene oxide sterilizer. Second is VHP type room temperature sterilization transfer cabinet. Okay, that's all for today's introduction of our sterilizer. So if you need a sterilizer, please come to us. We can give you a solution. Thank you so much. Hope this show will be helpful for you. Bye bye.